Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is wiring time. We have a total mess going on. I'll kind of do a panorama view of my work area. I mean, there is wire and bins with connectors and everything everywhere. It's crazy. This is way more entailed than I thought it would be, but I'm super happy with how it's turning out. I have to give a big thank you to a really good friend of mine who is helping me do all this and is a wiring guru. All this wire and stuff, almost all of it's from him. The connectors and everything like that he's been helping me with and getting it all squared away to basically make this truck like perfect on all the wiring stuff, which is way nicer than I could have done by myself. So I have to say thank you to him very much. But I'll show you what we did yesterday. We got a lot done. I was down here from 10 o'clock yesterday morning till almost 12 o'clock at night. So it was a long day, but a lot of progress was made on all the wiring. We got most of it laid out and most of it ran. There's only a couple more wires that we got to run for simple things like a horn. Forgot that wire, so we got to run that yet. That really might actually be it as far as the body harness goes. I think it is really just the horn that we have to run yet. So I'll go through and kind of show you the long runs that we have and kind of explain how it's going to be laid out. It's going to be a lot of talking in this video, but hopefully you'll learn something because I've learned a lot over the last 2 days of messing with this. So up front we have some our headlight harnesses. So everything now has a Packard connector, is I believe what they're called. So it is 100% waterproof. No more worrying about corrosion or anything like that. They are sealed. They have little rubber gasket style O-rings to seal them, which is really nice. So this side headlight harness will run down behind the bumper and come across, and then there will be another plug right here somewhere in the front of the truck where the driver's side headlight and the passenger side headlight will tie together into one, which then will tie into our main harness run, which will be coming down the passenger side frame rail, I'm sorry. And then we also have our marker light harness for the passenger side, their turn signals, and then our marker light harness for the driver's side. So that's kind of that up front, which makes it really nice because if I have to pull the front clip off, it'll be one plug down there underneath the radiator behind the bumper area, and all the wiring will come right off with the front clip for the headlights and stuff like that. I don't have to worry about unplugging a bunch of stuff. It's one plug, boom, front clip can come right off the truck, which I'm really happy about. That's how I wanted it in case I have to take the front clip off. It makes it very simple. So with that being said, we'll show you our harnesses for our fans. We have a fan 1, fan 2, and then also our electric Davies Craig water pump down there. So up here on the cowl, you can see these connectors are a little bigger for the voltage that they'll be drawing, or the amperage I should say they're drawing. So this is our fan 1, and then our fan 2, and then the blue one here is for our electric water pump, which is really nice. There's no butt connections or anything. It's crimped ends on the wire running all the way back to our leash relay board inside the truck. Obviously there's nothing ran in there yet, as we're just pulling lengths of wire and getting them taped up nicely so I can get them installed into some wire loom before we put them in the truck. So in the back of the bed here we have our ignition switch harness that was made. We are going to use the factory key ignition. You'll have to have that turned on in order to power the truck up to then power our switch panel. So you still will need a key for the truck to start it. You can't just hop in it and click the button. I like that a lot better just for the fact that I can lock the doors and you still need a key even though there's not much factory stuff going on. Then also we have our factory headlight switch, the wires for that. Because we do have all the factory switches installed still. I like the factory switches, I wanted to keep them. Then we have a new high beam switch harness, nicely done. And then this is our main harness to run to the front end of the truck, the one with all the colors there, to run to the front end to plug in. That'll run the passenger frame rail that will plug into our front headlight harness. Also in that is our wires for the water pump, the fan 1, fan 2, the starter solenoid wire, and then also our power for our alternator wire is also in that harness, and the horn button, which we have to run as well. The wire for that is in that colorful harness there. Right here in this green, yellow, and brown, I believe it is, yeah. That harness, that is our taillight harness that'll run from inside the cab all the way back to our factory taillight harness in the truck for our reverse lights, rear brake lights, and rear turn signals and marker lights. So we are making a bunch of progress. After we get the main body wiring of the harness done, the only real thing then we're going to have to wire is for our kill switch in the back, and then our switches up on our switch panel. So I got to order some things for the kill switch, because I'm going to have an emergency kill switch in the truck along with the push one on the back bumper of the truck that you saw me install in the last video. We're making headway, but I'll check back in once we got everything ran and show you what it looks like, the final product. Alright, so we're back down on wiring. I figured I'd show you now that I got everything ran inside the truck. I haven't made the connections on the relay board just yet, but I got everything ran to inside the truck, so we'll show you what it looks like so far. So as you can see down here, this is our horn wire just hanging. Not sure where the horn's going or what kind of horn we're gonna have, but it will need a horn, streetcar. As you can see, we got our nice Packard connectors, and I heat shrink the loom to the wires. I think it just looks nicer. So these run down across the grill, and then they'll come underneath here, kind of cross over and wide together, and then tie into the main harness that runs into the relay board. So this fat wire here is actually for the starter, this purple one. I gotta run that back yet. The pink one here is for the alternator, and then this little purple wire is, I think, marker lights maybe, or left or right turn signal, I'm not sure, I gotta look. The tan wire is for the headlight harness, the heavier green wires for the headlight harness, and then the blue and the dark blue and light blue are for the either turn signal or marker lights. I forget which is which on those ones. So that pretty much does that under there. We also actually, I forgot, we have, kind of hard to see, but our fans right there, and our water pump plug is down there as well. Hard to see, it's kind of tight. So I'll show you inside the truck where they come in, and it is a mess. So like I said, I haven't got it tied into the actual board yet. I'm gonna start working on that probably tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow night I'm going to the track, so actually maybe Sunday. This here is our harness for our water pump and fans. We got our trans cooler fan wires. This is that main headlight harness that I was saying about that needs to be connected. And then this loom here is the rear tail light harness coming from the back of the truck. So we'll climb under here. I'll kind of just show you how it's roughly ran. This is our trans fan, so that's gonna get nicely tied up to the frame there, and then this is the ground for that, which will go to the frame. So here you can kind of see it's a mess. I gotta tie them all up yet, but I just wanted to get them ran and connected to the board before I tie them up. Realize there isn't that much to see down there. So that pretty much got everything ran now, which is really nice. As far as underneath the truck, now I still have these harnesses back here in the bed. This is the headlight harness, I think, yeah, headlight harness. So from the headlight switch, we'll go over to the relay panel. That's our high beam and low beam harness, and then that's our ignition harness. So there's still wires to be ran inside the cab, from, you know, up at our switch panel over to the board, our headlight switch here, and then our wiper motors. I got to deal with that yet. Things like the reverse lights and Oh man, there's so much. The more I look, the more I see. It's like, oh man, I thought we were getting close to being done. Still a lot of wiring. That's probably gonna do it for this video though. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to finish the headlight harness and get the battery in it and all that kind of stuff to actually test it all. So that's probably gonna do it for this video. Hopefully the next video will be kind of more of a finished, wrapped up video and we can start testing things. But this takes a lot more time than I thought it would. Just taping wire and running it nicely and thinking of, you know, am I screwing myself on something else? It's definitely a lot and a lot of learning. I mean, there's a lot of wire here and a big mess on the workbench, so we're getting a lot of stuff done, which is really, really good, and I'm really happy for it, but it's just a lot more time consuming and a lot of talking. There's not really much to film of running wire. I mean, I don't think anyone really wants to watch wire be pulled and taped together and put in loom and hung up. I mean, if so, I'll time lapse it, but I just don't think that it's something that anyone would want to really see. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment if you have any questions, or if you do want to see time-lapse stuff, let me know. I will do it. And that'll do it for now. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.